What's up, y'all? Episode 267. It's championship week, and it's time to get it started. It's all that static in the back. Oh, must be my laryngitis. Anyway, we got Aaron Rodgers talking too much. We got the future of the Cowboys, the Bills, the Giants, and the Jags, all the eliminated teams. We're gonna talk about Ed Reed getting his outburst on. Is that coach? Coach? Oh, sorry, y'all. We having some kind of technical difficulty. I'm gonna try to talk over it, or maybe coach will come back in. Coach, you there?
It's not me.
Yeah, I know they. Coach,
Uh-oh. The Mississippi muskrat, the internet.
coach, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. All
I
right.
think we got
Anyway, we good? All right. Anyway, players' emotion versus disrespect. Scott Rowland inducted into the Hall of Fame. Players recaps and picks. Episode 267. Not wasting any more time. I don't want that static to start back, but let's get it started, y'all.
yeah. We gonna hope the static free. We done got cleaned out. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Red Rail Sports Show. We are
We
here
called coach at
live
a dental appointment.
right now here from the ATL.
TL. Shout it. And we got Vincent from where?
Columbia,
Yeah, we got
South Carolina. The
we
VP.
got
South Carolina in the house.
the VP is at Columbia, so we want to welcome the VP and as we always say, we have real sports talk because we are real sports fans who were real sports athletes who have what?
Real sports knowledge. There you go, coach. You got it, boy.
I've been studying. That's all I can say. I've been studying.
You need
Welcome
to write
to
it down.
Yeah.
VP.
Hey,
Welcome.
coach got them cue cards in front of him, Vincent.
Let's see. I threw one down, but we're gonna wing it. How's it going, Vince?
It is going great. My boys are in the NFC Championship game once again.
Yeah.
Right, 49ers in the house, and we will discuss their game going to frigid Philadelphia to play in the cold. I don't know how they're gonna handle it, but we'll see. All right, let me find a number for 267. And once again, unfortunately, I gotta take a trip in the Wayback Machine. And
Oh,
Go ahead, coach. We'll even let you do a Steelers fan if you want to.
no, sir. No, I'm holding on because I don't want Rev to look back over this. Then I get banned for 2 weeks or something like. No. I'm gonna go with the. This man's a Hall of Famer. Even though he played for the hated Cowboys, he was there during the Tom Landry era and was considered one of the best offensive linemen. Those offensive linemen for the Cowboys back in the day used to be tough. And his name, he two-time Super Bowl champion. His name, y'all might not know him, but I know him. Rayfield Wright. He was a tackle.
No. Fort Valley, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. You know my mama know him.
He back in the day, Super. So, yeah, Rayfield Wright is our number for today.
Rayfield Wright from Fort Valley.
All right, we want to welcome the Revenite Nation. All the nation is in the building that are coming. They'll be here in a few minutes. Let's see who's here right now. Joe Black said, "Hey guys, from YouTube territory."
Purgatory.
Thomas Holcomb, the VP, got the gavel. Boom, he's live.
Slamming it down.
You can see it live right here. And then he said, "I was having a snack. I was not having a snack." You starting already, VP. I mean, President.
What kind of snack was it?
We had to put them hands on you. No, I
put them paws in.
We're going to go with our usual dope, nope, and cope. And Mr. Vice President, since you are a guest, we're going to let you go first. What's your dope moment?
My dope moment for this week goes to Aaliyah Boston, the center for my women's college basketball team, the Lady Gamecocks. she scored her 73rd double-double, career double-double, breaking the record for the program from Sheila Foster. I think she was the old record holder. But yeah, Aaliyah Boston, 73rd career double-double record in program history. Awesome.
And soon to be WNBA's number 1 draft pick. Whenever she comes out,
Easily.
somebody will get her without a doubt. Red?
No doubt.
My dope moment goes to one Dana Brown, former Braves director of scouting, young African American, up and coming in his league, was hired by the Houston Astros as their GM. So dope moment for the World Series champion diversity around Major League Baseball, hiring a young African American GM by the name of Dana Brown from the Atlanta Braves organization, the guy who scouted a lot of our top talent on the team today. So dope moment, one Dana Brown moving on up, running the Astros now. I would love to meet them in the World Series again to go against our former GM. We see how we doing that. Braves and Astros, we just see how that is, Vince. The good teams just circumvent all the players and the executive talent.
That's what they do.
Oh yeah.
Why can't the Falcons figure this out? When they go look for things, they go looking for sorry teams like the Saints and stuff.
Or the Lions.
Yeah.
My dope goes to Connecticut and Tennessee women's teams. They played a game that honored the late great Pat Summitt, who was without a doubt in the top 2. I will say number 1 almost for coaches in women's basketball. Gino catcher, but Pat Summitt was head and shoulders. And every time you mention women's basketball, you had to talk about Pat Summitt at Tennessee, because she got some of the baddest young ladies to play for her, without a doubt. So
yes.
I don't goes to them playing that game, and hopefully Tennessee women can build on that, because they're kind of struggling right now. But maybe they'll pick it up and decide to play some ball. All right, Red, what's your note moment?
My note moment. My note moment goes to some fans at the Loyola Chicago and Tuscany game. Now, look, when you go to the games, I understand you may not like all the things that the arena has to offer. You may not like all the food that the arena has to offer. But that don't mean that you hire or call a Uber guy to deliver you some McDonald's at the doggone Loyola Chicago and Tuscany college football game. That is a big note moment to those fans who had an Uber guy deliver them McDonald's to the Loyola Chicago and Tuscany. I hope I'm pronouncing that university right. Coach, you can probably help me out. Duquesne, okay, the Duquesne game. Lord, you could have asked Sister Jean to whip up something in the kitchen. You had to call McDonald's. That is a big note moment. I'm sorry, but if you go to the arena, you got to eat what the arena has to offer, okay? No Ubering from McDonald's. You two folks ought to be ashamed. Buddy on a date with his mom, McDonald's Ubering. Just wait till after the game and go get something to eat if it's that bad.
And almost got lucky he didn't get wiped out, because he was on the court. He lucky a ball didn't come that way. All that order was.
They would be like, "What are you doing here?"
Yeah, they didn't.
That's crazy.
What you think about that? That Uber and some McDonald's at the college game.
That just somebody had a prank on their mind for no reason. And
could at least got the checker. You gotta go McDonald's.
White Castle.
My note moment. My White Castle goes to the fans who attend these games. Now, you talking about the Uber, but I think I'm kind of a little fed up of fans. And I know you expect players to have thin skin and everything, but sometimes the fans go too far just because they pay a ticket, because they pay money. And that don't give you the right to go crazy talking about folks' kids and parents and things like that. Sometimes we go a little too far without coming. You can boo the person, you can talk about them, you can't shoot or you can't do this.
Right.
But when you start digging in the family, that's a no. And I know they don't want to see another Palace or Auburn Hill, the malice at the Palace, because that could have turned that could get worse than it is, and it could get somebody seriously punched up in the face, and you be wanting to sue the person and the NBA team. But it's gonna happen. Not just NBA, football, baseball, basketball, somewhere it's gonna happen. So fans, game and boo or something. Don't start going, mama. And Vincent, to use your words, it sounds about white.
Sounds about white.
Yeah.
All right. Something specific happened, or you just talking in general?
No, the guy said something to LeBron James, and you know, LeBron don't usually go to the stands, but this guy said something. I can't remember what he said. And LeBron was going to go to the stands, and you know, he kind
of the game we just played.
I believe a couple nights ago. I saw the video.
He kind of even tempered, but the guy said something that had him ready to go to the stands.
Oh, you got LeBron, that man?
Yeah. See that means that said that shouldn't be said.
Yeah. Probably said it was a white guy, right?
No.
Yeah. Oh, it wasn't.
It was a brother.
Oh, the brother?
Oh, yeah.
Flipped up.
Probably said something about his woman or his family.
No, I don't remember him saying anything about Savannah or the kids, but he did say something about Bron, you suck, and blah, blah, and he poured it on pretty good.
Oh, yeah. LeBron, you got that mad over that, man? Split up people. LeBron, you want to I mean, if it's something about Savannah, the kids, I understand them getting super upset, but somebody saying you suck now. Come on, LeBron.
Well, he was being extra, though. The dude was being extra. He was being extra.
If he said that magic word now, I understand. He better not say that. Well, no, you say he was a brother, though. But still, I ain't going to let you chive me like that.
Right.
I would think that whoever he was, he wouldn't say that magic word, because that could get you messed up pretty bad. You go there.
If a white dude ever said call a player N-word anytime, and that player went in the stands, they have to get that player a pass. I'm sorry, I would get that player a pass. You say the N-word, you deserve for somebody to charge after you and get beat down.
I'll buy a plane ticket. I'll be on my way. I'll help him.
For real.
All right, Vice President, what you got?
My note moment goes to the Carolina Panthers.
Oh, God.
Scott Wilkes, I think he earned the right to be named the coach, considering how they finished the season. He earned that locker room. And then in good fashion, typical fashion, these boys go right outside, hire one of the good old boys. It looked like them, Frank Reich, who Indy ran out of Indianapolis on a rail. And they hired Frank Reich. So, yeah, my note goes to the Carolina Panthers. So much for that Rooney Rule, huh?
Yeah.
Don't work. It's a waste of time.
All right. My coat moment will probably go to, and I don't say probably, and I should have just kept it where it was with the Tennessee girls. I should have stopped and not said anything about them, because not only did you lose that game, but I don't know if it's a coaching problem or a recruiting problem, but you are not getting the players that Pat Summer used to get. Pat Summer gets the cream of the crop. And now, Tennessee, you are not even ranked. And to lose that game, and I know we lose and win games, but to lose that game honoring her, T-shirts, everything, I hope you can cope with the fact that the fans may stop coming and may get tired of losing, because Pat Summer set a trend there. They so used to winning, they ain't liking this. And y'all gonna have to cope with diminished crowds, because that place used to be filled every night for the women. And now the guys have passed by. It used to be flip-flop. Now the guys are getting the sellouts, and the women are getting marginal crowds. So Tennessee women, Hope you can cope with not winning, but you better do something fast. I know the coach is gonna be gone, and then your fans may be gone as well. Red, who you got? What you got? Coach moment.
Well, not me, but the Memphis Grizzlies. Y'all don't have to quote that y'all ain't had a win since Uncle Shay exposed y'all last Friday with my Lakers. Now,
Lord.
the fact that y'all are 0-5, you get it?
Yep.
0 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the morons. You understand? The little punks ain't won a game since last Friday. I remember a few months ago, they say only team they had to worry about was the Boston Celtics. That ain't been the only team they had to worry about. They had to worry about more than that just this week alone. So sorry, Memphis. You guys talk a good game, but in the end, you just as yellow and just as weak as I think you are. And you're not winning the championship. And I'll be right here to make sure you're not gonna win the championship. Gotta try again, Ja Morant, because this thing you try, it ain't gonna work. You're not gonna lead these boys to a championship by trash talking everybody, okay? I promise you, it won't work.
Exactly.
Nope.
All right, BP, what you got?
Well, my cope is not sports related, and I'll keep it brief. I won't go into too much detail, but it's bad enough when black men have to worry about white cops, abusing their authority, and, a potential traffic stop could potentially be the end of your life. But it's pretty bad when you see, this situation in Memphis where the cops look like you. The cops look like me. The cops look like Coach. The cops look like Rev. The cops look like Rev and Red. So I'm just coping.
One of them, anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I'm just hoping on that, and it sucks. It sucks. Y'all can go see the videos and read all the stuff that's been going on about it. It blows. Prayers to that.
CNN played the video this morning. I was up in my mom's room, and I ain't even want to look at TV. Didn't even want to look at TV. Just took her breakfast and walked on out. Didn't even want to look at TV.
It wasn't a pretty picture, So, Vince, I gotta ask you a question before we move on. Is that a Pac-Man game in there?
You're on mute, Vince. You're on mute.
Yes, that is a Pac-Man game.
Coach, you good. It was Vincent that was on mute.
Yes, that is a Pac-Man game.
I said, boy, at first I couldn't see. I thought it was Gallagher. But then
I do have I think Gallagher is on there. I got like 5 or 6 other games on there.
Man, I probably wouldn't leave if I didn't have to work. I'd be playing all day.
I work out of my office. I work out of here, work from home on Mondays and Fridays typically, and I travel during the week. I travel a lot. So my career calls for it. It's fun. I love it.
Okay.
But yeah, this is my office, my man cave, all my Gamecock stuff in here, and San Francisco 49ers stuff. Good stuff.
Okay. All right. Let's see what the nation has to say. Thomas said, morning, y'all. I'm catching singing salmon and tap dancing tuna out of Lake Chernobyl. Lord, he went to Lake Chernobyl. I don't know.
At least I heard of that one.
I have no comment. His dope moment was the Houston Astros, like Red said, of hiring of Dana Brown. That was his dope moment. Joe Black, dope moment, behind a D coordinator that has a history of building pass rushers. That's something they've been looking. And then, but Thomas said no. The hiring of Ryan Nielsen by the Falcons, even that move won't make the rating to go up. So it's a yes in his corner. And I know
Falcon fans, we always disagreeing.
Joe Black said, nope, Albany State football coach offered scholarship to white quarterback who lost his offer after using the N-word. That scholarship has been rescinded. He is not there anymore at Albany State. They took it away from him, and now they tell me Alabama A&M is calling for him, trying to give him a scholarship. He must be pretty good for these people on him. I don't know. God bless. Let's see. The Hall of Fame is Baseball Hall of had an okay career. So we will let you in. We're gonna get into that with Scott Rowland and why he shouldn't or why he should or what we got. Thomas's coat moment, dear WNBA, y'all are not gonna get paid like the NBA. Surely not gonna get charter travel. Just take that
Oh
trailway
yeah,
and
I
ride.
can't believe I heard that.
Yeah, it is what it is.
I wanted to laugh my butt off. Somebody.
Not the trailways. Oh my goodness. And then like the VP said, another qualified black coach loses out to a coach who recently was worse. He really was. And Thomas said the same thing. Everybody's up in arms. He said he don't care. He was a loser with the Bills. He can.
Now let me explain my post yesterday, guys, in case y'all saw it. Because I did make the post where I said I didn't think it was racial, but I'm with you guys now. What I was saying was, if he's gonna go offense, I understand you going with the offensive guy, but dude, Frank Reich, if you gonna pick out, maybe you wouldn't be getting so much. He wouldn't be getting so much backlash if he had to show maybe Sean Payton or a real offensive guru. But yeah, to pick Frank Reich over Steve Wilkes, I don't care if my plan was to go offense. My plan gonna have to change because I ain't hiring no Frank Reich. I'm sorry. If it's between Frank Reich and Steve Wilkes, you got to go Steve Wilkes. I'm sorry. Or you're going to look like a dummy. I mean, I don't care what your desire was. I don't care if you wanted a greatest turf on show offense. If it's between Frank Reich and Steve Wilkes is the choice, or you going to take some backlash, buddy. That's just how it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You got Wilkes who brought him up from one game to being in the playoffs. But he haven't just lost it, but he did bring them back up. So, you know, you just can't just not get him a title. Now, on that same note,
I mean, he gave him all. He gave. I mean, it was down between them two. So I guess he gonna be like, well, guys, I gave him a fair shot. It was down between Frank and Steve. Yeah, well, you still made the wrong choice, Temple.
he really messed that up. And Joe Black said Frank hadn't got the quarterback right in the past 4 years.
Exactly. And now they finna get him a choice to go get a brand new one.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That should have been Steve Wilkes' new quarterback.
Thomas said the Panthers will soon know the difference between Reich and Rome. So yeah, they go that out there. So they'll know the difference. But now let me say this to you, Vince. Please make a call to San Francisco. Get D'Amico Ryans on the phone and say, I don't care what your history is in Texas, Houston, don't go. Please don't. Take any other job because you're going to end up being the fourth black coach fired from Houston.
Exactly.
And they ain't giving you nothing to work with. So I know it's open and I know they're talking highly of him, but D'Amico, say no. Say no.
Please stay.
Yeah, because
John Lynch needs to do whatever he can to offer him some big dollars.
Yeah.
Don't put yourself in that lose-lose situation.
And that's what it's gonna be.
Exactly.
All right. Now we're gonna look at this story got more turns than a NASCAR track with Ed Reed. The fallout from him being he was the coach. He is not the coach. He is not the coach. He may be the coach. The players want him. The president don't. I guess his mama love him. All kind of stuff. I'm gonna ask you all. Anybody can go with it. What do you think about the Ed Reed situation?
I don't think Ed did his diligence. I really don't believe he did his diligence. And what did he expect from Bethune-Cookman? I mean, that's what we need to ask him. Ed, what did you think you were getting into? First of all, you don't have the personality of Deion, so you can't expect the razzmatazz, the swooning of the media, and at least getting them built up, worked up. and getting them on your side. But, dude, what did you expect to see down there in Daytona Beach, Florida, at Bethune-Cookman, the historic Bethune-Cookman University? What did you expect?
Red.
Yeah. I'm channeling my VP and taking it even further. Like I mentioned earlier, like Vince said, he definitely didn't do his due diligence, dude. I mean, what were you expecting? Were you going out there thinking he's like he was expecting to go to a penthouse and went to the ghetto? And like, well, dude, you did know where you were going. You from Florida. I mean, you should know the history of HBCUs. I mean, this should have been, instead of a Deion situation, this should have been more of an Eddie George situation. A quiet hire, go in there, not too much. Because like you say, you're not Deion, dude. You can't have cameras following you around thinking it's going to be, oh, I'm so charismatic. Deion could have walked in a room full of mold and made that entertaining to watch. Just from Deion. Deion said, all right, y'all, it's a dirty room, but don't worry, Prime gonna fix it better. Prime gonna make it better. I only been here a few days, but give me some time, y'all. You see how the room look now? Come back in a week. This room gonna be, woo, baby. Ed not gonna do that. Ed can't have TV cameras following him. You see how Ed was acting when the cameras were on him this week? Yelling, cussing, acting like a drunk wino out on the street. Just give Ed a jacket and put a liquor bottle in his hand with a brown paper bag. That's how Ed was acting this week. Like one of them winos you see on the street. I'm sorry, Ed. Like I say, this should have been more of a quiet thing. Eddie George at Tennessee State, not too much media around, quietly going there and slowly but surely improve that program. We barely heard anything from Eddie George down in Tennessee State, but he's building that program up. Now I'm hearing he getting a big-time defensive lineman. I'm hearing his son coming down there. So Eddie doing this thing, and that's the path that Ed Reed should have followed, the Eddie George path. Let me give you guys some advice, some of you NFL guys trying to go to these HBCUs. If you don't have Deion's pizzazz and personality, you can't go the Deion route, okay? Like we said last week, it ain't but a few players we can see doing this anyway. Maybe a Ray Lewis, maybe somebody of that stature. But Ed Reed, dude, you've always been a quiet leader, a quiet, great person. You never talk that much during your playing career. You don't talk more in the last 2 weeks or a month than we heard you doing your entire playing career. For the half of your career, a lot of us didn't even know what you looked like. You had your helmet on for the most part. We just knew Ed Reed for Baltimore. That was a good player. Make sure you don't throw that ball to Ed Reed way. Man, if we saw you in the barbershop, we wouldn't even know it was you, dog. So come on, Reed. I just think Ed just took the wrong approach. I'm glad Deion talked to him and tried to sell him down, but I think Bethune-Cookman made the right decision. And I think another path is the right way to go. I don't think Shannon was criticizing Ed when he said, this is not God's plan for you. He got another plan for you. And I agree. I think this just didn't work out. I think Ed need to wait for a better situation and a more compatible situation for himself.
I mean, one thing I'm kind of disappointed in is the AD Reggie Theus. Now, Reggie, you a former
God. He an embarrassment to the Hawks.
Former pro player, and what you did and what you said was kind of I don't know the word pathetic. You come chiming in late instead of speaking up and saying something. You come chiming.
Exactly. That Mississippi internet. Boy.
So, Coach, you there?
I'm back.
All right.
I don't know why my do not disturb ain't working, but Reggie, yes, I'm disappointed in you as a former pro athlete that you didn't do something about this early. You should have done. You should have been one speaking up and said, "Okay, Ed, let me talk to you before anything gets started. We got some issues we trying to work through. Don't worry about it. We're going to get you straight. We're going to get everything taken care of." So
Well, I didn't even
look
feel
how
like these two guys didn't have no communication.
Well, it was zero communication. But the president got on Roland Martin's show, because I watch Roland Martin's show on YouTube, and he did say that but I didn't realize they were a private school. I did not know that. They are, even though they are an HBCU, they are private, which means they don't get state funds like FAMU, gets.
Mhm.
So he said, look, Disney is one of our main sponsors. They didn't call for them to say, hey, you need to get rid of this dude. He can't be saying incendiary stuff like that. But you and I both know, everybody on this call, everybody, watching, everybody knows that Disney is not going to hitch their wagon to something like that.
No.
And so they had no choice but to further, dismiss Mr. Ed Reed after those comments. Look, you can't teach class. Just because you got money don't mean you're classy. You can't teach class. Deion is class. Even how he handled, his dismissal or his departure from Jackson State, he's class. Ed, you need to get some class because you screwed this up. They may have had, BCU may have had their shortcomings, but you further mucked him. I didn't say F. You further mucked this up. And this is going to be on you. This is going to be a black eye on you. And if you get an opportunity somewhere else, it'd be great. But it won't come in the near future because this is going to linger. The internet, if it's on the internet, it's going to be there forever.
Yeah. And you look at, just like Red said, Ed comes on there hollering and screaming, hair uncombed. I mentioned about that hair a while back, to what visuals people get. Beard not cut or anything.
Yeah.
Some people are people, and they see you doing that, they like, why would we allow that guy to come coach us? Why? And it just looked bad all the way around for you. And on a side note, you watch Roland Martin.
Yeah.
Roland got a big head.
Massive.
That jug took the whole thing. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that.
Massive.
Thought, but it's a jug.
It's a jug. But I love that dude. I've watched him for years on all the different platforms. But he did talk to that president, and the president said some good things, but Roland did challenge him. He says, hey, how about, we bring our show down there and we have a town hall? And the president was like, we'll think about that.
Yeah, because he knew everything wasn't right at BC.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
And he did that, but like the whole thing comes from the visual that Ed Reed put out. If Ed Reed has come on there and said, I'm gonna try to work on some things because everything is not right. Talk calmly, not cursing, not going crazy.
Right.
He probably would have still been the coach.
And he would have gotten support from people.
The players want him. The students there came out and said, "Look at all this mold and stuff. It's there." They would have seen it. But then,
Yes.
Okay, one more thing that I want to hear what y'all say about this. Ed said that if he was the coach, he had the backing of Shaq and all those other big millionaire type players to come in and do something. Why did he do that at first?
Because Ed is not Deion. He is not charismatic. Like you say, he don't have class. All this name dropping he doing, it don't really mean nothing in the end because you're not there, so you don't have a platform, Ed. You ruined your platform, like Vincent said. You might not have a platform going forward. And I'm going back to what Coach said because I've been wondering this for a while. Dude, what is up with his hair, man? Why every time I see him, it just look crazy. Like, man, now you going for this college job, I would have thought you would at least cut your hair, braided your hair. Yeah, fixing something, trim yourself up, Ed. Like Vincent said, yeah, you ain't got money, dude, but man, whew, class and just overall groomness and the way you present yourself, that matters too, dude. And just looking like I say, man, you be looking like a bum on the street. Just put a brown paper sack and a liquor bottle in there and take off them clean clothes. And that's what you look like, man. Fix your hair, maybe cut your hair, talk like you got some intelligence, man. I know you're educated. It's just like I say, it's the way you present yourself, man. You present yourself like one of these street guys. I know that's not how you want to come off, but that's how you present yourself. And if you think, I don't care, white universities, black universities, they still are a basis of excellence, and they just not gonna put up with this is what you present, man. So like Vincent said, you made your bed, you gotta lie in it. Coach said, the way you present yourself, man, you're not Deion, you're more Ada George, and that's the approach you should take. All this name dropping is worthless because you no longer have a platform.
Right. He did not leverage his resources like Deion
Nope.
did. Deion got there to Jackson State, assessed the situation, and he got on the phone. And he said, Walmart, hey, I need some help. Under Armour, hey, I need some help. That's how you do that.
It don't have no endorsements.
Well, if he had Shaq and all these other people, he should have went to them and said, hey, this is what I'm seeing. This is what I got. Let's figure this out. Instead, you go live and you start going off and you start, come on, bro.
I
making us all look bad.
I just think of Dave Chappelle. Even in real goes wrong.
Goes wrong.
That's all that was.
Big time.
And it's just embarrassing.
One more quote. You better be like Spike Lee. Remember, like he did when he was trying to make Malcolm X. Better be asking everybody for help. Oprah, Michael Jordan, Bill Cosby. Hey, I'm trying to get this great movie made. You know what you got to do, Ed?
Yeah.
All right. Let's see what the nation says. See what they got. Let me go back. Joe Black mentioned, he said no black coach had ever interviewed the Texans, and we agree. And he said Ed's passion is going to hold him back in his coaching desires. I don't know if anybody else going to offer him a job right now.
Not right now.
Yeah. Let this die down a little bit before he starts looking at another job, because passion can be mistaken for stupidity for what he did, which was not good. So Ed need to maybe just chill. Here's the deal. Thomas said he took a crap in a place before he had a chance to lay his head. Yeah. He did. Before he had a chance to get everything together, he messed that up. Bethune-Cookman was like a sore. Ed turned into a Band-Aid just covering up the outside when he could have been the antibiotic that got inside to make things better. Could have.
Yeah. He did what Vince said.
Yep. Reggie Theus, marginal. He thought he was Rick Fox.
He's the great value Rick Fox.
That TV show he was on Saturday morning. Wasn't he on that TV show with Anthony Anderson on Saturday morning, like City High or some stuff?
He thought he was pretty. I know that. He thought he was pretty. I think he was.
It was
called Hang in there. It was called Hang Time.
Hang Time, that's right. The basketball show. Yeah. And some black lady principal used to be dancing with the guys doing the I was like, man, this show used to have me laughing.
Jerry Martin says, good morning, fellas. Good morning, Jerry.
Good morning,
What's up,
Jerry.
Joe Black said part of being a college head coach is being the face of the university, which means there are politics you must understand to appease sponsors. Yes, Ed, again, visual learning, looking at his face and his hair and everything. People like, he can't sponsor anything for us.
Yeah.
They probably like, no, sir.
Yeah.
Appearance, man. The only thing you can sponsor is the liquor show commercial.
The ABC package store.
Yeah.
But what's that place that deliver liquor, Drizzly or whatever? Yeah, he could have got with them. And been, hey, I got mine from Drizzly. Here's my bag. Oh, Lord. Ed Reed should have never posted his profanity-laced tirade about the challenges going on in Bethune-Cookman. There still needs to be another big-name NFL player to go to the HBCU program and help them generate revenue for their sports team. Who is that going to be? Who would go now? What coach? Bethune, I don't think Bethune is going to go that route anymore. I think they're going to go hire within. They're going to hire one of the coaches that's their assistant coach. They're not going this route again.
I mean, another school might go an NFL player, but they're not going to go Ed. They probably go, I mean.
No.
Ed has burned his bridges.
He torched it.
Dude was Wish version of Rick. That ain't right. No, Thomas, that ain't right.
Hey, Dick Butkus was in that show too.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
he was on on My Two Dads too.
Dick Butkus was in a lot of that stuff.
All right, that's Ed Reed. We probably may come back there one day. Now we want to look at the future of 4 teams that just lost in the playoffs: the Cowboys, the Giants, the Bills, and the Jags. What can we look forward to seeing from them? I'll go with the Jags first. All right, anybody can take it. Jags. What are the Jags gonna be like going forward?
They're a young team, and that's the main thing that they have going for them. They're a young team. They're up and coming, and Surfer Boy, he's slowly getting it together. He's slowly getting it together. I think they're probably missing a couple of players here and there, but they're gonna be a problem in the future if they keep on that track. They stay healthy. Trevor keeps evolving because as a quarterback, an NFL quarterback, especially a young one, you got to continue to evolve and not be mindful of those turnovers. Take care of the football, a la Jared Allen or Josh Allen. You got to take care of the football. So I think the Jazz are going to be a force. I like their defense. So I like those guys.
Red.
Yeah, I agree. For the next few years, they're probably going to be the favorites in that division. I mean, they kind of set up perfectly. The Colts, the Titans, and the Texans, they got a lot of question marks about them. They're probably the one team that's kind of stable right now. Stability at the coaching spot, stability at the QB spot, up and on the rise defense, playmakers on offense. I mean, like I say, they're exactly where they want to be right now. So that's why it was essential for them to make the playoffs this year. Got your little taste. Now you know what you got to do to get back there, and you know what's expected of you when you get there. So perfect situation for Trevor. I'm happy for him. I'm glad they did the right thing. Jacksonville, you've never been in the perfect situation. We look forward to it. Take advantage of it.
All right. What about the New York Giants?
I'll start this one. They got some decisions to make with Saquon and Daniel. Now, me personally, I had to think about this. I probably would franchise Saquon and get off of Daniel the 3 or 4 year deal. He's the quarterback. He probably got a little bit more longevity. Saquon, I mean, personally, I would offer him both deals. I wouldn't want any of them to be franchised, but I would offer them both deals if I can, because they're both essential to the team. You've definitely got to draft some wide receivers in the draft. That's the main flaw of your team. This year, you had no playmakers on offense besides Saquon. Your defense looked like it's on the rise. I like Thibodeau's performance. He was a good pick. Still might need a few more pieces in that secondary. Your offensive line, iffy, middle of the pack. But I think your coach might be the star of the whole thing. So that was definitely a great move for Brian Daboll to come over there and change the culture of that team. And like the Jags, the Giants going forward, we make the right move, some good things can come your way too. But they are in a tough division. They not the Jag. They ain't in the Jags division. You in the NFC Beast. You got the Eagles, the Redskins, and the Cowboys. I mean, the Commanders. Sorry, y'all. The Commanders every year. So your offseason, you have definitely got to make the right moves, Giants, because the wrong moves will set you back in that division.
4 words. Who is Daniel Jones? That dude's been a question mark since he got there. The only reason I think he's there is because he's what 6'4", 6'5". We all know that teams like that height stuff. Nobody knew who that dude was. When I heard his name called, I was like, Duke has a football team? Like, Daniel Jones.
He went to Duke.
Yeah. He's not – I don't think he's it. I think he tried to come along, towards the end. I mean, he gets hurt. He stays hurt. He doesn't make the best decisions. That coach, they have the right coach. And he stays on Daniel Jones's behind. But I don't think Daniel Jones is it. I understand the shelf life of running backs, but Saquon is still that dude, and he can get it done. They either make one or two moves, franchise him like Red said, and see what they can do with this Daniel Jones dude, or send him somewhere else and get some good picks, get some good people. But I'm not sold on Daniel Jones.
So you saying don't sign Daniel Jones, or do you franchise Jones and give Saquon the deal?
I'd franchise Jones and give Saquon the deal because I can get some more mileage out of him.
Yeah, there's gonna be some teams calling on Saquon. You best believe after this year he gonna get
Buffalo.
Buffalo.
Dallas.
Yeah, really want him. Dallas want him bad since that injury to Tony Pollard.
Really?
Maybe they can do a swap. Barkley for and send the Giant Zeke.
That's a bad deal.
Man,
Yeah, that'll let me know the Giant GM is a moron.
Yeah, he is.
He would be. All right, what about the Buffalo Bills?
Allen, you got to take care of the football, bro. You got to take care of the football. You have a great team around you on both sides of the ball. You just like that TV show, You Are the Weakest Link. He is the weakest link. He shows signs of brilliance here and there, but it's spotty. He's not consistent. Hell, Brock Purdy's more consistent than this dude is. He don't even turn the ball over. But I think Allen, I don't think Allen has a great sense of what it means to be a quarterback. He doesn't survey the field well. If he don't see certain things, he's tucking and running. Or if he thinks he sees something, boom, interception. Josh is his own worst enemy. He needs to get this right, go study with somebody, go do something. Because right now, okay, if I had Joe Burrow and I had, Josh Allen, I'm going to go with Joe Cool. Yeah, he has a lot of talent around him, but the dude is smart. Joe Burrow scans. He understands what the defense is doing and all that good stuff. I don't think Josh – I really think he's a dummy. I really think he's a dummy. I think he has gotten by because he has a good team around him. And Diggs.
Well, I hope David not watching.
I think Diggs is done. Diggs was PO'd. He's PO'd because he knew they should have won that game. Allen is the weak link on that team. I don't know how many years he's got left on that contract, but
I just started. It just started.
So, but that's my take on Buffalo. That's my take on Buffalo. I think he's a dummy. I'm sorry.
Oh. Man, where do I go from that? Well, I mean, I can't disagree with my man Vince. I mean, you got to look at the past few years. I was going back looking at a few of Buffalo's games, Vince, because I wasn't even sure how much we were going to talk about this, but since you brought it up, I'm glad I did this research. Past 3 games, how many turnovers for the Buffalo Bills? 12. 3. This dude had at least 3 interceptions the last few games of the season, including the one he just lost. Miami, 3 interceptions and a fumble loss. This game, 3 turnovers. The game with the Patriots game before the series season finale of 3 turnovers in that game. And And the Bengals game, the one that Hamlin got hurt, they was going to get beat in that game. So really, Josh, really, his last month of the season has been on a downturn. And if you think about it, the last few years of the playoffs, he the reason they don't got eliminated. Every year they've got the last 3 years of the playoffs is because of him making a silly turnover, him turning the football over. I hate to say this, y'all. I really hate to say this because I hate to do this to another team, but I think Josh Allen might be this generation's version of Matt Ryan, man. And the fact of the matter is his contract just started. The Bills, you are not going to get better. You about to get worse because when the other guys get ready to get paid, y'all not going to have no money to sign them. And guess what? You about to lose your number one guy because Diggs, he was so frustrated, he might ask for a trade this offseason. How long you gonna been there? 3 years? We ain't went nowhere. I've been with this guy 3 years. I ain't going nowhere. Man, get me out of here. I'd rather send me back to Minnesota. I'll go back up Justin Jefferson and be with Kirk Cousins. I'll probably have a better chance of getting to the Super Bowl in Minnesota. My old team than with this guy and his $200 million contract, and we ain't going to be able to sign nobody in the next few years. Good luck, Buffalo. David, I hope you're watching because I told you this was going to happen. I told you that emotion, that Hamlin emotion was not going to get you over the top. I said, y'all Bills still going to have to come out there and play. We all praying, and we glad Hamlin made it through his tragic ordeal. But that emotion was not going to get you over the hump. Teams were still going to come and play y'all. The Patriots played y'all tough. The team, the Miami almost eliminated y'all. They had Tua, they would have eliminated y'all round one, and Joe Cool did eliminate y'all. Like Vincent said, did you say who is Josh Allen for this? No, you say who is Daniel Jones. What you should have been asking is who is Josh Allen? What is Josh Allen? I'm gonna tell you what he is. A doggone overpaid choker.
So basically, Buffalo is gonna be that team that looks good on paper, but can't win a Super Bowl.
They the Falcons. They the Falcons of this generation. The Matt Ryan prime Falcons. Yeah, you got a solid QB, but what else you got? You don't have a running game. You got one good receiver and one receiver that can't catch the ball if you put Stickum in his hand. Talking about you, Gabe. You got a defense. I mean, it's okay, but a lot of people starting to say that defense is overrated. If you look at the amount of points they don't gave up the past few weeks and games, so I mean,
they're tired. The defense is tired. They always have to come back on the doggone field because the quarterback keeps giving the ball back.
Quarterback put them in bad positions. You're right. So, it's just like Matt Ryan used to do. Put our defense in bad position. They like, man, we just get out the field and you just fumble the ball. Dang, we gave you Julio. Just throw it deep. He can't throw it deep.
Matt Ryan, you can't take that sack. If you don't take that sack, y'all kick the field goal. You're up by 2 scores with 5 minutes left. I'm just saying.
And like you say, Josh Allen trying to run. Dude, get this man a running back. Like you say, you just can't tuck and run because eventually you're going to get hurt. Then with your salary, you're going to get hurt. You're not going to be available. What the team going to do? They ain't going to have no money to go out and sign somebody. You're going to have to pull Joe Buck off the street to play backup. Then where you going? The Patriots, Miami Jets going to be laughing at you while they passing you in that division.
They're going to sign Steve DeBerg.
Oh my God.
Hey, I give Steve DeBerg credit. He did win a couple of games for us, our 98 Super Bowl year, as a backup.
Jim Kelly hopefully if Jim Kelly gets past his cancer treatments, he might have to suit back up.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord.
All right, here come the main one. The Dallas Cowboys. What do the Cowboys have to do? What's their future going to be like? Especially, I got an idea, but I'm going to let you all talk before I say mine. I smell something, but go ahead.
It seems like we about to dog out another quarterback. I don't know, Vince. What you think?
Well, might as well start. Dak is that guy where he's good enough to marry your daughter, but you didn't really want him as a son-in-law. He's a nice kid. He's a gentleman. He's polite. He pulls your daughter's chair out, when she's ready to sit down. But when it comes down to it, he don't make enough money to help support the household.
So you said he more Willis Jackson than Eddie Winslow.
Right. So Dak realized last week playing against a tough defense. Now they had us going. I was worried by the way they were moving the ball down because we were more aggressive going upfield, and he was quick about getting rid of the ball. Something happened. I know we made our adjustments. Kyle coached his tail off last week.
He had to.
But Dak, you can't throw an out. You can't be late on an out. That is one of the longest throws besides the throw downfield that you can make is that out. And he threw that lazy out, and we snatched that mug out the sky. You can't, dude. The number one job for a quarterback on any level, high school, college, pro, take care of the football. And he got risky. He did, he probably thought he was that dude. I can fix that in there. I can fit that in that window. Nope. And right now it's all up here. It's up here. And I don't know if a sports psychologist can get that out. Like, Dak, you are who you are until proven otherwise. Now, Jerry's in a lot. He's in a lot of digits, a lot of zeros with you. He's stuck with you for a while now. He's stuck with you. Now, when Pollard went down, that was a game changer. But our defense just did their job and stood their ground, and they just knew Dak is going to give us one. And he did. He not only gave us one, he gave us two. So with Dallas moving forward, I don't know how Jerry gets rid of him. He can't. You keep surrounding him with people. Is that the answer? I don't know, Jerry. But guess what? Couldn't have happened to a better team.
Red,
you can have it.
Yeah. I mean, like I say, the Cowboys lost last week because Dak sucked. And Dak has been sucking his entire playoff career. I swear, I did not know Dak has been with the Cowboys all 7 years. It's been that long. Man, he gonna miss for me 10 years. This boy been with the Cowboys. Lord have mercy. And you got one playoff win. Now look, the whole entire history of the Dallas Cowboys ineffectiveness since '95 is not all on Dak. But these last few years have been on Dak, man. One playoff win, you just the black version of Tony Romo. Both of y'all just the same guy. One white, one black. It's Frank Reich and Steve Wilkes all over again. Only this time, Jerry chose Steve Wilkes and it's biting him in the butt. But seriously, though, and that contract, like you say, now he stuck with him for one more year. But I promise you, after next year, this is Dak's last year as a Dallas quarterback. And if Jerry saying he was sick after the game, I bet Jerry went home and said a few words we probably ain't going to be able to say on the airwaves. But I can just tell you right now, Jerry is done with Dak, okay? Going in the next season, Jerry not going to back this guy up. I bet Jerry said this, can next season get over with as quick as can next season hurry up and come so fast so I can get this out of my doggone organization? Because I promise you, Jerry is done with that. The Cowboys front office, all the inside folks, they done with this guy. Dak has burned you. I'm just sorry, you can't have a playoff game like that and think that you got any clout in the Cowboys organization. The defense got clout. Dan Quinn got clout. Sure, I even say Mike McCarthy got more clout than Dak right now because McCarthy ain't getting fired. Not right now, he ain't. Now if he had lost that Tampa game, he might have been out. But McCarthy okay right now. Dak, you are the face of the organization. You are the quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys. And that game you had last week, dude, you put the entire negative spotlight on you. And I don't see how I come off of him, Vincent, until he's no longer not the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. This is going to last on him. This spotlight is going to be on him. It's going to grow bigger in the next year. Every mistake that happened, every game that happened next year, it's just going to grow bigger and bigger until he's eventually released. But I'm telling you, Jerry want to release him now, but he can't because of his contract.
Exactly. And I got a couple of records to read off to you. Tony Romo, 2-4 playoff record, 0-3 in the divisional round. Dak Prescott, 2-4 playoff record, 0-3 in the divisional round. Hey, Dak just carrying on the legacy. That's all he's doing. And the Cowboys have lost 7 straight divisional rounds. That's an NFL record. Boom.
And
them fans, you think them 5 Super Bowls seemed so long ago?
Y'all are missing one thing though. There's a thief in the temple. There's a thief in the temple. There's a rat in the room. And Red, I bet you know his name. He used to coach for y'all.
Quinn.
Yes, sir. Look what Quinn is doing now. Notice he has turned down several jobs to stay with the Cowboys because he knows as long as Dak is under center, Mike McCarthy, they're going to look at you. They're not going to get rid of Dak, but they sure can get rid of you. And guess who defense is balling right now? Dan Quinn. And Dan Quinn ease into that Cowboys job just nice and quiet. That's why he's staying there.
Oh, yeah. That's smart.
He had offers, but he done turned them all down because he said Mike McCarthy had one more bad year. He know Jerry Jones' mindset. Jerry Jones going to be like, I can't do it with him anymore. Mike, we're going to have to let you go. And it'll take him, let's see, maybe a day or two. Dan, would you like the job? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Dan Quinn going to jump. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, massa.
He'll be right there as the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys, and he's going to be like, I got another job with the famous Cowboys. And Dan Quinn want that job. I don't care if Mike McCarthy, you better be looking over your shoulder. Mm-hmm. Dan Quinn job, dog.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't turning down no D coordinator job from head coach for nothing. He's going to come in there and going to be like, let's do this thing now. Because Mike couldn't get it done. I wish him well wherever he's going. But, you know, because they just need offense. He's going to find my offensive coordinator. Kellen Moore is not it. He's going to find him one. And they're going to say, we're going to bring the Cowboys back to respectability. And Stephen A. going to sit and laugh. And he's going to be that like, here we go again. He's going to pull out Pinky again. And they're going to be looking at the Cowboys struggle again. But, hey, Dan Quinn.
I have no idea why Urban keep going on that show just to get clowned like that. I mean, it's laughable. Like, why you keep going? I mean, if they win, I can see you showing up. But if they lose, man, forget you. I ain't going on there.
Well, he's obligated.
Yeah, I guess so.
All right. So let's see what the is saying. Nick Saban Jr. Good afternoon, Nick. He said, I just got off my podcast as well. He said Jalen Hurts and the Eagles are about to fly. I don't think Vince's going to agree with that, but hey. Fly.
And I got to go. And I got to go in a little bit too, but I wish I could stay and talk about that. Oof.
Jack, let Brian continue to build house program.
Well, we might have to, Coach, you might have to let Vince get his opinion in on that game before he go.
Okay, let me read some of these real quick. Allen is overconfident. He has to do a better job of managing the defenses. And, of course, Diggs was mad. He was big mad. Jerry Jones being encased in a water tank for the boys winning. Oh, my goodness. Red, Nick said you be going in. He's, of course.
I got
Giants, the Giants will face Philadelphia and the Cowgirls for a while, making the playoffs will be difficult. Who is the Giants' backup quarterback? Saquon should get paid.
That's a good question. Who is their backup?
Thomas said the Cowboys re-signed Herschel Walker and Everson Walls. Yeah, they're going to bring those two classic figures. Joe said Dakota is overpaid and won't lead the Cowboys to the promised land.
If the promised land is in a ditch.
Jerome is Tony Prescott. I don't know who Tony. Oh, he talking about Tony Prescott. Lord have mercy.
Yeah, he's combining them.
Dak threw a fit. He got intercepted. See, here we go again. Y'all leave Dak alone.
I love it.
Jags had the best upside between the teams we mentioned. Let's see.
Knicks, Cowboys, head coach.
Dan Quinn will never be the head coach for the Cowboys. Jerry ain't about to hire Mr. 28-3. Shoot. I bet you watch now. That defense balling. He got a great defense. Let's see. All right. How much time do you have, Vince?
About 10 minutes.
Okay. We're going to go to halftime real quick, and we're going to come back and discuss those championship games.
Okay.
We'll see y'all back in a few minutes after we go to halftime. If I can find halftime. It's somewhere in here.
No.
Halftime is hiding. I thought we had it. And we don't have it. But we're going to go to halftime, and we'll be right back.
Right back.
Okay, let's see here. There we go. All right, we're back. We got abbreviated halftime. We're going to let Vince jump right into it. Okay, let me scroll down a little bit. We'll come back to that. All right, Vince. 49ers versus Eagles. This is your 49ers against the Philly Eagles. Wait a minute. Let's see. Vince, can you hear me? I think his mic is muted.
Vincent,
okay, can you
My mic is
there
muted.
We go.
You ready to go?
Okay, it was. Now, the 49ers are going into a very difficult place at the link to play the Eagles, who some folks say are destined, some folks say that, to be to be Super Bowl champions. What is your team's strategy for beating the Philadelphia Eagles?
The strategy of first and foremost is going to be number one, Jalen Hurts. He is the X factor because we have never faced a quarterback like him. Actually, we did earlier this year, and we actually lost that game. Justin Fields is a younger version of him, but Hurts is a little more seasoned. The dude is cool, calm, and collected. He hardly makes mistakes, and he can extend a play. We have a pass rush like no other, and if he could withstand that and extend the plays, I don't know how long our secondary can stay on those guys. On the other side of the ball, Brock Purdy, he's going to have to – Kyle Shanahan is going to have to protect him like he's never protected this kid before. Last week, the Micah and company and Oga, whatever that defensive tackle's name is, they were getting upfield and they were in Brock Purdy's face all first half and part of the second half. We made those adjustments to keep him off of him, but we are going to have to protect that kid to where he doesn't have to think too much, and he's got to make good decisions, and he's got to make them quick because Ndamukong Suh and them boys, they're coming. Their defensive line, that Philadelphia defensive line is HELL. I mean, they're going to be coming after him, and Kyle is going to have to get CMC and Elijah Mitchell. We got to get some sort of a running game established, or at least show that we're running the ball. If not, you got to get them boys the ball in the flat to at least keep those linebackers at bay. We're going to have to play the perfect game. If there is a such thing as a perfect game, we're going to have to play the perfect game, but protect Purdy, make good decisions with the ball, and keep Jalen Hurts under wraps. Those are our two main things.
I read.
Yeah, man. Hey, they're going to have to can't expose. I mean, the Eagles are going to try to expose Purdy for being a rookie QB he is. Like Vincent said, Shanahan's going to have to call a game plan. Is going to try to keep Purdy from, beating himself, because that kid, he is a gunslinger. He gonna want to go out there and try to make every play. So Shanahan, it's going to be up to you to call the right game plan and try to keep Philly in check. Don't let Philly sit there and just all out blitz the kid. You're going to have to keep Philly honest. So it really just comes down to the Phillies offensive game plan, and can the 49ers keep Jalen from going off. Because if Jalen is healthy and going off, then I honestly don't see how this rookie defeats anything, because the 49ers have to come from behind. If they trying to catch the Eagles instead of holding the Eagles back, if the 49ers can get a lead, then that's good for the 49ers. But if the Eagles jump on them early like they did the Giants last week, and the 49ers got to climb an uphill battle, that is going to be difficult for the 49ers to overcome, and that is Philly's game plan. So that's what Philly want to do. They want to come in there and jump on y'all early, and the 49ers going to have to keep them from doing that, because if so, it's going to be a long day for the rookie.
Indeed.
You look at two major stars who are still a little nicked up. You got Hurts, who said his shoulder hurts a little bit, but he's going to play. And you got Christian McCaffrey, who has a bruised calf muscle, but he said he's 100%. So it looks like somebody going to have to wrap up, tighten up, because those two guys are key now. It's going to come down to those two top 5 defenses. If Debo can get loose and take an Ayuk, and especially George Kittle, take the top off that Philly defense, the party's over for Philly. If they get loose, they're going to expose them. And Purdy can make the throws. He can make the throws. And on the other side, if Hurts gets loose, and an unsung factor, and if people talk about A.J. Brown and all those, that tiny end Dallas Goedert, he always sneaks open and gets some big plays on third down. When they need him to catch the ball, he sneaks out there and makes a play. So I think it's not going to be a blowout. Somebody said it blow. I said not any way possible with those two defenses is going to be a blowout. Now, will they score a lot of points? Could. But both of them going to score a lot of points. They do, because both defenses will be tested with their offense. That Jalen Hurts starts taking off running, and he gets loose, and he feels like he can stand up and take a hit and come back. San Francisco might be over for y'all. With that being said, Red, who wins the game?
Oh, man. I've been agonizing over this all week because I know how good the 49ers are. I can't hate. Kyle has built them a good team over there. That's why I wanted him in Atlanta. That's why I never wanted him to leave Atlanta. But don't get it twisted. This is a Kyle and John Lynch thing. That physical defense right there is all John Lynch. The physicality of this team has got John Lynch name written all over. So I'm not giving Kyle that credit now. Kyle gets credit for the offensive and the offensive game plan, the offensive plays, and how they can just come together with no matter who is behind center. But John Lynch is the master of this defense and the physicality of this team. So you got to give that man his credit. Who wins? Man, I tell you, it is tough going on the road for the NFC Championship. And then when you got a great team, I mean, it's not like Philly. This ain't the Falcons, in the NFC Championship game where you can say, man, y'all, we catch the Falcons on the right day, we can get them. No, this is Philly. They are going to be ready. Both teams got physical defenses. Both teams got playmakers, skill players all around, and both teams got quarterbacks who can make the right play at any given time. I'm going with the home team. I'm gonna go with Philly. I'm gonna go with Philly to protect the home turf and to carry this thing. I mean, they've been doing it all year. I mean, they get to the home field and then lose to a rookie quarterback. I just don't see that. I just don't see Philly doing that. If it was the Cowboys, a team with a more experienced quarterback, well, yeah, you're right, the Cowboys. If it was another team with a more experienced quarterback and the same physicality, Philly might be in trouble. But Brock Purdy is still a rookie quarterback. Philly still got some vets on that defense. They got an offense too. They a physical team too. I just think in the end, the Eagles make one or two more plays than that rookie quarterback can make. I'm gonna go with the Eagles in a hard-fought game, but in the end, I think they pull away in the fourth quarter. I think Brock Purdy's rookie inexperience finally catches up with him in the biggest game of the year. But they respect the Brock Purdy and all he don't think. That kid has definitely impressed us. And he is definitely going in the next season with dibs on that job, on that quarterback job right there. But for this game, I'm going to take Philly to get past the 49ers and represent the NFC in the Super Bowl.
All right.
We're going scores. If you want a score prediction, I'll go 24-20.
All right, Vince, tell us how the 49ers going to win and why.
The 49ers will win because Hurts will make one mistake. And that's what it's going to come down to. Hurts is the better quarterback. There's no question about it. I think he's the MVP of the league. But he has to make a mistake. We know that Purdy is prone to it because of his status and inexperience. But if we win this game, it'll be because we took one ball away from Philly. My heart says we win this game 20-17, but my mind says Philly wins this game 20-17. So, of course, I want my boys to win, but Hurts is that dude. And we got Brock Purdy. The defense is washed.
Okay. Well, my score prediction is going to be 45-44. No, I take that back. No, it ain't going to be that high. It's going to put up.
There ain't no defense showed up in this one.
Yeah, it's going to be a straight, old school, cold, get down in the dirt battle between those two teams. And again, both of you touched on it, but whoever makes the mistake loses. Whether it's one, whoever makes the mistake loses, because it's going to come down to maybe who has the ball last or something like that. But I'm going San Fran 21-17, maybe somewhere in there. 21-14. San Fran, to me, I think they got better playmakers than Philly.
Just got to get them the ball.
I hope Miss Dana didn't even say that.
I haven't seen her here today.
I think she's going through some treatment right now.
Okay. Prayers up to Miss Dana.
Your seat is in Real Night Nation is here when you get back, Miss Dana. Whenever you come back, baby.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am.
And Rev is wrong because Rev he sent it, but I don't think I can pull it up because I'm on my phone. Still has his 2-game lead going into this game, and see, he wrong because I can't tell if he gonna pick. So he could pick the same team I have and win
That's
the
good
game.
strategy. That's
well,
good.
Real probably was going against Philly, coach. So you probably should have went with Philly.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna go with Philly. Watch, he said he went going with Philly too now because of his congregation.
Yeah, because I would have thought he would have went against Philly, make his congregation mad. But who knows? Yeah, you need to be going opposite him.
Vince, I think 49ers gonna win, but for the record's sake, I'm going with Philly. And that's simple as that.
We'll take it. All right, I gotta go, guys. Enjoyed it.
Appreciate having you, Vince. Hey, I'm gonna holler at you on the book, man. We'll see you next week.
Yes, sir.
Sir, appreciate it. Don't
look forward to coming back.
Yeah, don't slam the gavel yet.
Okay.
All right.
All
right, Red, here we go. Now we got Bengals and the Chiefs. Who do we pick in this one? Who you got?
Man. I tell you, I've been agonizing over both games all week long because when you get down to the last 4, either game can go either way. I mean, you down to the last 4 teams, both teams good, both teams got talent on both sides of the ball. Man, Joe Burrow, he don't handle Pat Mahomes the last 3 games. And it is tough to beat a guy 3 or 4 straight times. And the Chiefs at home, they got a lot of momentum. But coach, man, it always comes down to the last team standing. And right now, Mahomes, he can't stand as good as Joe Burrow can stand right now. I mean, unless he's taking an adrenaline shot right now, he probably can't even stand up that good. So, I probably would have fooled Rev and went with him. Had Mahomes not hurt that ankle last week, I probably would have said, I'm going to go with the Chiefs because eventually Mahomes got to get over the Burrow hump. But with that high ankle sprain, and I know the Bengals defense know he hurt, and I know they're going to be coming for him, and I know Burrow they are going to be ready because he not even thinking about the Chiefs right now. Burrow thinking about that Super Bowl he lost last year. The Chiefs are just like a blip on the radar for Burrow to get back to where he was last year and get that Super Bowl. So in his mind, Burrow like, man, I'm going to go up to KC and handle that business and get back to Arizona so I can get me a ring. And that's how he's going into that game. And that's how they're going to handle their business because they not thinking about, the Chiefs, this big juggernaut of a team. What are we going to do? Man, they thinking like, man, I'm going to go the arrow, Burrow head. I'll wait for you to come back, Coach. You back? Okay. Well, Coach, we'll be back in a minute, but let me finish.
Go ahead.
Back, Coach? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Burrow thinking about, I'm going to Arrowhead or Burrowhead tomorrow and get this victory. And I'm heading to Arizona because that's what my goal is. So I'm going to ride my boy because they ready, they balling. He's more healthier than Mahomes. Go into Arrowhead, handle their business. The Chiefs going to be ready. Now, it's going to be a hard-fought game. The Chiefs going to be ready. But I think if the Bengals can hop on them early, they'll have the advantage, and they'll have to look at the Chiefs try to come back, even though the Chiefs can come back. So the Bengals defense going to have to be ready too. But if the Bengals defense show up tomorrow, this game is over with. Over with. So it's going to come down to the defense can generate some turnovers, ball out, keep that KC running game in check, and the Cincinnati will win going away. Cincinnati.
Mahomes has been practicing, and he has shown zero signs of that ankle hurting. Either they have shot him up real good, but he's been participating in doing every drill. He's been running, and then, like I said, he's not showing any signs of that ankle being the high ankle sprain, which is the worst one you can have. He's not showing any signs, so that's like a good thing for KC. But I'm gonna go with the Bengals. Well, because of the record, and I got to try to carry it. But I think Joe Burrow is going to do something uncharacteristic and make a mistake. And I think he's gonna win. But like I said, for the record, I'm going with the Bengals. But I just think Burrow.
So you really think Chiefs gonna handle their business?
Yeah, because Burrow gonna do something that he's not used to doing, and he's gonna try to do something and gonna mess up. That Burrow statement that one of them made. I think they might be believing their own press clippings on that one, thinking they just beat. Now they say it's hard to beat somebody 3 times in a row, but they've done it now. 4th time, I think KC is a little angry because they've been to the championship 5 straight years and only got 1 Super Bowl out of it.
Yep.
So they're ticked off, and I think they're gonna come out here and do some damage. And Mahomes, like I said, he probably gonna get that shot in that ankle to make him not feel anything, and he gonna go to work, and he gonna say, "Hey, let's do this." All right, we're gonna look and see what the nation has said. Joe Black says San Francisco. Thomas said the 49ers are a pretty good team. He said the 49ers in a close one. And he said 24-21, which could be easy. And Jerome, Eagles 28-10. Oh, that's ludicrous. That won't happen. There'll be no 28-10.
Oh, no, now.
Joe Black, you want to see Cincinnati versus San Francisco. Okay. He talking about, Coach, you can't change your pick after you make it. See what happened when Rev isn't here. Let's see. The Rev Ed Sports Show. I don't see the Case Sports Show anywhere on here. So work on your spelling and don't worry about what happened when Rev is not here. There we go.
Well, y'all are funny, man.
All right. As long as you spelling the word right, we fine. And we ain't got to worry. All right.
That's right. Make sure you do your spell check, Jerome.
Exactly. You do your spell check. Let us worry about this right here.
Right. I didn't see a score. I think I'm gonna go Cincy 35, KC 24.
I say 28-24 KC. I think Mahomes, if you get a ball to Mahomes late in the game, then Cincinnati done.
Oh, yeah. I hope he don't have it late. But really, you get the ball to either one of those guys.
I forgot Travis Kelce having back issues.
Oh, I didn't know that. Uh-oh.
That just recently flared up. So, of course, those guys, they ain't going to miss that game for nothing in the world. So, they're going to do whatever treatment they got to do to get right, because you can't miss this game.
They probably at the stadium right now getting treatment.
They probably somewhere trying to get that, make sure the treatment is right and everything going well. So, those
are 2 guys you want to have going into the game 100%. That's going to be a challenge.
2 good games, so we'll see what happens. What time you got, Red?
12:31.
Okay. Do you want to do the 5 for 5 or come back next week and do it? It's up to you.
Well, let's see. I mean, we don't have a pretty good show. What you ready? You ready to call it?
No, I mean, we can keep going. We can go.
We got 30. We usually go to one. We got 30. We can knock out these 5 for 5 real quick.
Yeah, to go to the game because we want to let what's his name, Vince, get his picks in.
Yeah, I
to
bet
make
everybody
sure.
shocked that we talked about the game so early. Yeah, y'all. So if you were just watching the show to get our game picks, well, yeah, y'all can go ahead and go there because we finna knock out this 5 for 5. We did it
All right,
early today.
it's 5 for 5. Let me find the 5 for 5 music.
What's up, Kelly? Hey, Kelly, if you watching, oh my God, that all those Oscar nominations and Andrea Riseborough, how did she sneak in the Best Actress, stealing a nomination away from Danielle Detweiler, stealing a nomination away from Viola Davis? The word is you, and then they investigate her little campaign too. But I don't think you can take her nomination away and give it to somebody else. So they might as well just leave it the way it is. But
All right,
man,
first 5 for 5 topic. Scott Rowland, baseball Hall of Fame. What's your pick? Scott Rowland Hall of Fame?
uh at first I was kind of shocked that he was the only one that got in. But I mean, looking at his numbers, his numbers ain't that impressive. I mean, he was a pretty good defensive third baseman. Look, he was a pretty good third baseman for his generation, one of the best. But I honestly didn't think he should have got in over Andrew Jones. I mean, was he that good? I mean, the only thing you can say he got over Andrew Jones is a World Series ring. I mean, Andrew got way more gold gloves than him. I think he got double-digit gold gloves, and Andrew got more home runs than he got, and so I'm kind of shocked that Andrew got 58% of the vote, and Roland got shot all the way up to 76%. But one thing I know is Ty Helton to get in next year if he at 72%. So, but Andrew is at 58%. So I want to say in the next 2 years, Andrew gets in, but I'm just kind of disappointed. It's taking so long for a guy that most of us thought was like a for sure first ballot, or at least maybe second or third ballot, if not for his offense, for his defense alone.
Yeah. And you look at a guy like Jeff King. Jeff King. Gary Sheffield, way better numbers than Scott Rowland. Like you pointed out, Andrew Jones, better numbers. But you snubbing them for Scott Rowland. Why? I guess because Scott Rowland is a good guy. He's a nice guy. Son. I don't know.
I never thought that when he played. Scott Rowland had some moments. Yeah, I never thought he was like a good, nice guy. So I mean, he was a good, nice player. But I mean, yeah, I think personally, Andrew Jones to me should have got in over Scott Rowland. And a lot of these other players should have got in before Scott Rowland. A Ty Hilton, like you say, Gary Sheffield. It's a lot of players I would have put in before Scott Rowland. I'm not going to hate that he got in. He was a great player, but it was just a few more players that I felt that had Hall of Fame consideration that I definitely would have inducted before Scott Rowland.
Yeah, that's true. All right. Next topic. Load management in the NBA. Oh Lord. All right, Red, you talk about this disturbing trend as I call it.
Yeah, it's very disturbing. I mean, it's getting so bad now. You got fans going on social media to complain. Fans uh, filing petitions. You're writing to the owners, writing letters to the owners. I mean, this thing finna go crazy now because you got to understand from the fan perspective that now, these NBA tickets ain't cheap now. If you spend a good amount of money to go watch a certain player play and he not there, well, these players need to understand now. You making this big time money. You are entertainment now. It's like you showing up to the show. You got to perform. If I pay my money to see Kevin Hart, I can't go to the show and say, well, Kevin Hart, load management, we're going to bring out another comedian. Oh, what? Another comedian? Man, I paid my money to see Chris Rock. I paid my money to see Kevin Rock. Eddie Murphy, Coach, back in the day, if you pay your money to go see one of your favorite musicians, I don't know, Coach, give me one of your favorite musicians.
The elements, baby, Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Earth, Wind, and Fire. Coach go pay his money to see Earth, Wind, and Fire. Hey, they talk about, all right, you guys, well, Earth, Wind, and Fire can't perform tonight, but we got Smokey Robinson of the OJs coming out. Maybe they can see. Look at you. I already said, no, I want my money back. I'm saying if players got to understand that they are still part of the entertainment brand in this country. Okay, you are like the actors, you are like the recording artists, you are the athletes. People pay to watch you work, and if we paying money to watch you work, and you in the locker room or at a Chick-fil-A in the airport where Tim Duncan and Manu Ginobili didn't were that day, come on now, fans are gonna start voicing their opinion, and you don't want them because fans are the one that put the money in your pocket. So, well, the TV deals do too, but still, come on now, you got to respect the fans, and I'm on the fan side on this. If I pay money to see a player, unless you just physically hurt and can't play, I mean, I'm talking about torn ACL, Achilles, or whatnot. You can't play, then fine. But if you can walk, if you can run, I expect you on that court giving me what I pay my money to see.
Yeah, and I don't know if anybody saw it, but Richard Jefferson brought up a great point on NBA Today, and he had a good story. Saying he was young, he went to see the Spurs, and he wanted to see David Robinson play, and he said his daddy gave him $5, dropped him off at the arena because he couldn't get tickets for everybody, but he knew how bad his son wanted to see David Robinson, so he gave him $5 to get in, dropped him off, and went to a bar and hung out until the game was over. And then he came back and picked him up. And he said, just imagine me being a kid at that game and David Robinson doesn't play. And my dad done sacrificed and did all that. And, you know, they let David Robinson sit on the side because of load management. And that's what these NBA guys not getting. Like the young boy wanted to see Jimmy Butler. Butler wasn't playing. He came all that way. And these NBA guys, if you're not hurt, you have an obligation to be on the floor to play when your people want you to play. When the fans, like you said, they paying salaries, so you gotta let them be on. You gotta be on the floor. If you only play for a few minutes, you just play the first half. They still came to see you paying. They paying hard-earned money. And for them to come there and see you sitting down, Jokic the same way he did it the other night. And Jokic see you sitting down, they like, well, I came to see them play. And I know it's not an obligation in your contract. I gotta play. But you look at the people who support
it should be though.
It should be.
It should be. They about to start doing it too. Cause Charles Barkley brought up the point that this new CBA deal that they're gonna come up with, it's gonna be some stipulations because I need to start. If I'm an owner, coach, or GM, I'm putting in these player contract. Look, I'm paying you big salary. Unless it's a torn ACL or Achilles, you are physically unlimited to play. You're playing, or you gonna go. We gonna have some issues. You gonna get fined. I may not be obligated to pay you your salary that weekend.
Right, I'll take money out your pocket, no problem.
Yeah, because if you're not gonna play when you can play, then I don't have to pay you. I'm gonna fine whatever salary you making. That's gonna be your fine. I'm gonna fine you your salary.
All right, let's look at some comments. All right,
how you doing, Miss Dana?
Dana's here. Hey, Dana. Scott Rowland got in. Let me see. Scott Rowland got in before Andrew Jones. And Jared Martin was wondering who is Scott Rowland. I guess I guess I'm a homer. And he said players should play. Ticket prices are expensive and fans should be compensated. If stars don't play, the stars should play if they're not injured or hurt. Absolutely. They should play. And as we see, Little Dana. Hey, Little Dana. Glad you're here. Be ready for your Philadelphia Eagles tomorrow. The NBA needs to reduce the amount of games to end the load management. I blame Pop. Well, anybody can blame Pop, but Pop is revered in NBA basketball, so you can't really say nothing about him without everybody looking like whatever. They ain't gonna say nothing about Pop because Pop got that cachet. All right, I know you love this one. Aaron Rodgers. I'm sorry, I call him the Aaron. Aaron is talking again. Is there a reason he's talking again? We got to find out. Why is Aaron talking again?
Because he want to come off as the smartest guy in the room. He want to come off like he's knows it all. He want to come off like he's doing the right thing for the Packers and for himself. He don't want to be looked at as a bad guy. But in the end, we all know this dude wants to force a trade out of Green Bay. He want to go play for another team, and he want to get his money too. Now, he's not going to come out and say all that, but that's the reality of the situation. He doesn't. I'm pretty sure he wants to win another ring before he retires, but he probably don't think the Packers can do it. And I'm not so sure he likes playing for Dave LaFleur anymore. So, but Rodgers is very calculated. He's not gonna come out and say trade. He would prefer the Packers to be so frustrated that they decide to trade him themselves, and he'll be like, "Well, if you guys think that's what you should do, or if that's best for the organization, I'm not gonna stand in your way. I will accept whatever you think is best." You can hear him on that little talk show he does every week with those two guys. He just, like I say, he just coming off like he just some, like, honestly, he come off like he Brad Pitt in True Romance. Like he don't smoke some ganja or something. He just on there relaxing. What do he say? I like to have my sip of wine. Well, that's what I feel like he doing on there. He just on there chilling, meditating, and just, I'm so smart. I'm so me. I'm so Aaron. I'm so Aaron. That's all it is, Coach, man. He just on there sounding like he's the smartest person in the world. He can do no wrong, but it's all a bunch of BS. I mean, everybody can see through this charade. That's why Devontae Adams didn't want to play with him no more, and that's probably why a lot of folks on the team probably got issues with him. It's just keep being skeet.
It's publicity. Aaron. Come on, baby. If you're not talking about it, hey, you're going to find a way to make you start talking about it. You're going to find a way you're going to say something or do something like you said. I'm Aaron Rodgers and you're not. Look at me, watch me, enjoy me. So, another talking point. See what he gonna do. All right. Player emotions versus disrespect. There's a line starting to be drawn between these two copies. Which one seems to be winning, Red?
Coach, they say turn the music down a little bit.
All right.
Well, I guess I came up with this topic. Well, something happened twice this week too, so I won't thank Steph Curry because you gave me something else to talk about. You had Diggs on the sideline showing up his quarterback in a playoff loss. Then you have Steph Curry this week getting ejected for throwing his mouthpiece, but for showing up his teammate in the game. And I'm just it just gets to the point where then, most players, they always say, well, it's an emotional game. It's in the heat of the game. That's how, it come off. I don't like losing or this what. But no player like losing, okay? No athlete like losing. None of the players want to lose the game. But the Steph Curry one, not so bad. I don't really think, but the Diggs, you all on the sideline doing your little T.O. Interpretation. Hey, man. Hey, wide open. I mean, Josh Allen not even looking at you, dude. And you just going back and forth. So to me, I'm never on the side for showing up my teammate or being disrespectful to my teammate publicly. If it's something you guys need to talk about behind closed doors or in the locker room, okay. But all this public demonstration of showing up teammates, using saying I'm emotional, and they want to say, well, I hate to lose, that an excuse. Nah, Diggs, that was wrong, man. You can't do Josh Allen like that. Josh Allen has been nothing but respectful since you've been over there. He has bought you in, and embroiled you into the Buffalo organization since you came from Minnesota. So I did not like that particular display on the sideline last week. I don't know what was worse. T.O. doing Greg the former OC in San Francisco like that, or Diggs doing his own quarterback. At least T.O. was doing a coach. You doing a quarterback, man. That's your own teammate. At least T.O. was just going off heated with the coach, man. But no, doing that to your own teammate, I'm not with that at all. So when it comes to disrespecting your own teammates, no, I'm not with that. If you need to take it in the locker room, take it in the locker room. Keep it behind closed doors. But public displays of disrespect or showing up teammates, I'm not down with that whatsoever. As far as Steph Curry, he was wrong too, but at least he didn't throw his mouthpiece toward Jordan Poole. He threw it the other way toward the ref, and the ref thought he was angry with him. No, ref Chef was just showing some emotion because the stupid teammate took a shot that he shouldn't have took. But both of it is wrong, but Diggs to me was more wrong.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta be in check in the game, because game situations you gotta be in control. And just like Tom Brady, who disrespects those Microsoft tablets all the time and need to be fined, he throw them down every time you look up. He throwing the tablet down. So yeah, you gotta make sure that you keep yourself in control, because if you don't, then people gonna see that and they're gonna judge you by that, unfortunately. So there you go. All right, last topic. Let's pull it up. Interesting topic here. Embiid versus Jokic. Who playing better this year?
Well, they both having a pretty good season. I guess I get an edge to Jokic because he threw a little bit more. And he got it. Jokic had to make his teammates better. That's why he got to have an all-around game. And Embiid, he can go out there and just get some points, get some rebounds, and get some blocks. Jokic got to go out there, get some points, get some rebounds. He got to have double-digit assists. He got to have a few steals, a couple of blocks. Dude, I mean, you got to do it all. Got to talk to you. Got to mentor you a little bit on the sideline during timeout. Jokic is the entire team for the Denver Nuggets. Thank God he durable as I don't know well. Them international guys, they sure stay durable more than these American guys. But anyway, Jokic is the entire Denver team, whereas the Sixers, I mean, Embiid is important, but he can miss a couple of games. They still be all right. I can't imagine Jokic missing a couple of games. They may fall for 3 or 4 spots in the standings if he miss some games. So to me, they are both dominant players. They both have an MVP type seasons, but Jokic to me is, well, you say who is better this season? Well, this still the answer is Jokic because he's doing more for his team than Embiid is doing for the Sixers. Even though Embiid is doing a lot, Jokic is doing a whole lot.
Yeah.
Now, for a second round pick, who would have known? What? That's what I'm saying. I think the Hawks find second round players like this. The Lakers, you need to find second round players like this if you went out here trading all your second round picks away.
Yeah. You got to look at the Embiid is averaging 33, and both of them are threat from outside the shoot. I just think Jokic needs to, I guess we want to pick his game. He needs to work a little better. He does it, but both of them don't need to fall in love with the three. They need to get down there, put their back to the basket, and do some damage down there. Because I don't think they can be stopped putting their back to the basket down low and doing some damage in there. But you never know. And I guess since Denver is on up top, so people would say Jokic is better, but Philly's not that far away now. It's gonna be the playoffs are gonna determine a lot to see which one decides to carry their team or they fade away. And hopefully Embiid can stop being injured. Hopefully he won't get any kind of injury coming up. Dana throw some pixie dust on him or something so he won't be get a bruised toenail and
that's why he ain't been winning the MVP the past few years. So if the MVP award is what he wants, then you're gonna have to play at least 70 games, 70, maybe 75 games, Embiid. Because Jokic don't miss no games.
Yeah. Even though Jokic did the load management thing the other day, which was like,
That
come on,
might be his first time doing it, ain't it?
yeah, like come on, dog. People can't play now. Let's not do this.
Yeah, Jokic the batter went to that game. I would expect to see you play because ain't nobody going to watch nobody else but Denver. You think we going to watch Aaron Gordon and his 2 dunks a game?
So there you go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is our 5 for 5. We did 5 for 5. So we are officially
What in the
done.
world? Our money didn't even jump in like he said he was going to do.
Yes, we did not see Armontes. So
Hanging out with that new girlfriend, our money. I see you, buddy.
he will be getting a fine sent to him. We don't
That's
know.
right. We're going to fine you for having a personal life.
Yeah. Yes, sir. All right. We coming toward the end of the show. We always do. You have the right. So who has the right to do what and why?
Okay. I thought about talking about UGA basketball, but they all lost the last couple of games, so I'm going to lead them out here. Hopefully they'll make the tournament. And talk about these 2 important games our teams got tonight, Coach. Hawks, you got the right to beat the Clippers tonight. No excuses. And the Lakers, God dog it, we playing the Celtics tonight. You hear me? No excuses. Don't embarrass us. You see, I'm represent. So we playing the Celtics tonight. No excuses. We got our full squad back. Well, as full as it gonna get. AD, Kuchamara, Westbrook, LeBron, all of it's on y'all. I am on every one of y'all. We got to beat these boys tonight. No excuses. I want a victory by the Hawks, but definitely my Lakers, you got the right to beat Boston. We hot. I think we on last 2 straight, Coach, or 1 straight?
2.
2. So this will be the 3rd straight win?
Yep.
Okay. That's right, Lakers. Got to get that thing. Come on. You see, like, every time I look at the standings, I think we so far back. We just like, right there, we just like, what, 2 or 3 games under 500? Man.
Right there at that edge where you can get into the play-in part and then go further. You right there, they right at the edge, but
And I be thinking that we so far back. That's why I be getting so mad at the games we be throwing away. Because I be like, man, we right there. Let's don't fall that far back. But if we can just keep going, I swear, by the All-Star break, we might be at least at 500 or over. What you think?
I think they can get there. They got pieces, and they got players. I think Reeves is out still. I think he's out.
Yeah, he ain't been playing. But
But
that Uchamara was a good pickup. AD, you got to stay healthy. Westbrook and LeBron, y'all got to bring it.
yeah, if AD can stay out there for the rest of the season, they're gonna be fine. But don't go get hurt within the first week or 2. He almost did it the other night and something happened. I said, "Oh, not again! Please don't be banging again, sir. Get out there and stay. And then in the off season, build up your legs and stop wearing high tops. God dog it,
Low tops, you mean?
low tops. I mean, get some high tops and play. Doggone it, you look bad out there. You have the right. Yeah, we got the right to tomorrow. Looking at 2 great conference matchups because all 4 of those teams deserve to be there. So don't want any blowouts. So I want to see a close game and see some good competition because both games are pretty much sold out. And I don't have a dog in the fight. I just want to see 2 good ball games before they to proceed for the Super Bowl. And then you know how that works. Then in 2 weeks come the Super Bowl, and then football is officially over, and there's a dark cloud over the sky because football is over for some months. The only thing we got to look forward to is the draft, and because the USFL, no,
Well, we got free agency in the draft.
yeah, and like I said, USFL, no, I'm sorry, can't help it.
XFL.
Yeah, all that gimmicky football. Y'all just play. If anybody made the team, congratulations. That's all I
But
can say.
I tell you this, cause I like that the football when the Super Bowl is like they keep pushing the Super Bowl back. So it seems like once the Super Bowl in, the next week is the All-Star game.
Yep.
And then after that, like I said, February will be over with, and then soon as March come, free agency will start. So I see what these teams doing. They making it, they putting it on things on the calendar to make sure we don't have no dull times at all.
And then we also got March Madness coming up. So
All right, Coach. That's your expert. That's your area of expertise. I hope you're ready because me and Real gonna have some questions.
yeah, I seen some stuff. Like I'm still tripping out on Florida International. Has only lost one game, 21-1. Just want to see how that translate into the tournament because that tournament one and done, baby. That's the beauty of March Madness. You take a team like a Colgate or a Hofstra, one of those teams that'll luck up and have a great shooting night and put somebody out, and you can't go back. It's over with once you
Seems
lose.
like Kansas don't lost a lot of games this year. They weren't supposed to lose. I tell you right now, they gonna be an upset.
Who was that?
Kansas.
They lost 3 in a row.
See, I already know. I'm gonna see them now.
They got the blue blood game tonight, Kansas and Kentucky. See who gonna come out. Kentucky won about 5 straight, I believe. They've been on fire. So
Yeah, I know UGA was one of them. I thought my basketball team could do something. Like we don't fail back to the pack.
yeah, hopefully UGA can make the tournament this year and
Hopefully,
see what happens after that. They make the tournament. So
no Tech ain't doing nothing.
all right. Thank you everybody for watching episode 267. We guess we'll have the full squad next week with Rev, Armani, Red, and me, but we don't know. We'll see. Rev,
We still waiting for Shelby to come back. But she'll hopefully be back soon.
that'll probably be the first week of never. Georgia ain't playing football, so she ain't gonna.
She might be back this fall now with Sydney going on to college now. She might return this fall.
Yeah, we'll see. We may have to get Thomas. Okay, before I go, red. Okay, read that. Look at that.
Come on, Coach. Ooh, Lord, you haven't engaged the nation for the past 2.
Jerome, I'm gonna say this to you, and I don't usually step outside what I do because we trying to wrap the show up. If you don't like what's going on, stop watching. We're not gonna miss you. We're not gonna miss you at all, sir. We're gonna keep it moving. We're not gonna miss you at all. You complain the whole show, and you ain't been on the whole show. You only been on here the last 30 minutes or so. We've been on the whole show. So if you don't like it, stop watching. And hey, I guarantee you nobody gonna miss you. They ain't gonna be asking, where's Jerome? Where's Jerome?
I don't know. But Jerome, I understand what Coach said now, but now, yeah.
All right.
Your criticisms leave a lot to be desired. But we don't want to take fans away from the show. But you have to embrace the show when you watch Jerome. We'll talk about it later.
That's right, because you the only one complaining. Nobody else is saying a word because we moving the show into a close. You the only one got something to say. Everybody else is going on. Thomas, we always got to end with him. He said even at his age, he can make it as a kicker on the Toronto Argonauts. Oh, my goodness. Now we're going to the Canadian Football League. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, he just made another post talking about some joker fish. They have automatic smiles.
Oh, he'll try to come in live from the dock.
Automatic smiles like Jerome Case have automatic comments.
And then he talking about when is Rev come back. You might not be allowed back. So what are you talking about when is Rev?
Well, I ain't gonna lie. Y'all two are must-see TV, man.
He just complain. Everybody else is fine. We moving on with the show, and he complaining. It's ridiculous. I just want to ask him, what is the baby gonna do? You doing all the crying. What the baby gonna do? The baby gonna lose his job. Her job. On his crying.
Oh man.
Kiss him. So you
I know Jerome. I know Jerome be on here next week if Kansas City loses, but he gonna be ready to clown real. Matter of fact, him and Christopher Gibson gonna be on here. Matter of fact, you might even see Robert Lofton on here next week if Kansas City lose.
You right, Jerome. I can't handle constructive. I can't handle crying. I said I want you to notice the pattern. You the only one on here crying about something. Everybody else is going on with the show. You don't see a pattern. But anyway, we're gonna move on.
I'll bring some tissue next week for you, Jerome.
Tom, and like I said, we glad you spelling words right. That's the only thing. You down to constructive and feedback. All right, we're moving on. All right, we'll see everybody next week. Let me find some good closeout music. Oh yeah, there we go. And we'll be back next week, 11 o'clock. So hopefully the cast of characters will be here. Everybody, we'll be discussing the for one, I know the championship game, and then we'll be discussing basketball, who's hot, who's not, and then a mother.
Raj from What's Happening, y'all.
Not Raj. Oh my goodness, that was his dance now.
I can't do the rerun now.
Trying to start the pop locking and stuff. Yeah, we're gonna do all that. he started pop locking. All right.
Oh my God! What do this guy on? You might not want to read the last one, Coach.
I don't listen to him. You need more spelling books.
We will see y'all next week. It will be Coach and Jerome Case Part 2. Red will be in the referee. Red will be an audience member.
You spell quality right. So the big we get to the big word.
You gotta learn to spell, Jerome. Do that spell check if you're gonna talk trash. That's what Coach said.
See y'all later. See.
Gonna see you at the spelling bee, Jerome. We call it, Coach, the National ESPN Spelling Bee. Jerome gonna be on the stage. Oh, Case.